Hi stats class, it's Miss O'Neill. I'm getting ready to go over your writing the equation of a line day 1 assignment. It goes along with the notes writing equations of a line. One of the biggest things that you're going to need when you're going and trying to complete this worksheet is to be able to have your slope and one point that you will plug into your point slope formula, okay? In this situation, every time you want to use the point slope formula, it kind of says it in the name. You need a point, just one. Sometimes the word problems might give you two. You're going to pick your favorite one. You're going to need your slope. That will be your M value, that movement of the story. And your goal is to plug them where they go, okay? For those of you that may have forgotten or need a refresher, a point will always be an X value, then a Y value, okay? So I'm going to be completing question number 7 and 8 from your worksheet, and it looks kind of like this. It says at the top, writing equations of a line, day 1. There are 2 worksheets that go along with this. I might throw up like a poll to have you guys ask me any specific questions that you may be struggling with, but I foresee this being pretty easy for you guys. So number 7 towards the bottom of your worksheet gives you 2 points and it asks for the equation of a line. From our notes, we know we need the slope M and a point. In our description, we've been given 2 different kinds of points. So when we get to this spot, it's going to be easy. We pick whatever one we like the best. But our M is going to be a little bit tricky. Because it does not give me any information about what my slope is, I need to calculate that. And this is going back to that previous skill of you finding slope. And you need to remember your formula. y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. In order for us to use this formula, it's wise for us to take just an extra second to double check that we know which ones are our x's and which ones are our y's. And we're going to place them where they go, okay? Up top should be our y values. Our y's are -5 and -2. So we put our -5, we put our -2. In order for us to finish up the top, you need to look back. If we see that our y's have a subtraction sign between them in the formula, I'm going to put a subtraction sign in between the numbers in our formula. Going to the bottom, our x's are -2 and 5. -2 and 5. We are told to subtract them, put a minus sign. And then you're moving right along. We have up top -5 minus a -2. Let me make that a little bit bigger. My bad. We have -5 minus -2, which leaves us with a -3 in the end. And a -2 minus a just a regular 5 is a -7. I'm gonna try to see if my calculator will show up. I don't know if oh, perfect. So if we're taking a look, we have -3 divided by -7. Of course, our calculator gives us this horrible decimal. You have that math enter opportunity, and you can see it's going to give us out a 3/7. I did upload a video that will walk you through, excuse me, how to download a graphing calculator onto your computer and or your cell phone. So those are options if you're struggling with being able to kind of simplify the fraction. But if that still doesn't work, you can also just go into Google and type in simplify -3 / -7, and it will give you out the answer of 3/7, okay? So we have our M. We're going to take a look at our 2 things. I kind of like this one better because it's less of a negative point. So I'm going to put that one down. And I'm still going to remind myself that that's our X, that's our Y. So I've got my slope that I've calculated. I've got my point. And in order for me to write the equation, we are going to use our point slope formula. Okay? Our M gets thrown right where the M is. 3/7. Our y and our subtraction sign will come down. Our x and our subtraction sign will come down. These 2 spots will be filled in through your point. So my y value is a -2 and my x value is a 5. Okay? Technically, you can leave this as is. It's 100% correct. If you like to get rid of that double negative, we know 2 negatives turn into a positive. and both of these could be considered your final answer. Okay? You don't have to distribute this. You don't have to get y alone. Leave it as is. Just put 1 point into the equation and a slope. Okay? Next question I'm going to go over with you is number 8. Okay? Last question of the worksheet. Similar to the question number 7, you are given 2 points, a little less amount of negatives than the previous one, so a little easier. But you still have to find your m, your slope, and you need to pick a point. Because I'm missing my m, I need that formula for slope in order for me to calculate what my movement of this story is. We are going to label our x's and our y's, and we're going to put them where they belong. Our y's are 3 and -5. Always put a subtraction sign between them. Our x's are 1 and 7. Still need a subtraction sign between them. And if we're looking up at the top, 3 minus a -5 is an 8. 1 minus 7 is a -6. This is an example where when we would type this into the calculator, 8 divided by -6, we'd get some kind of random decimal in our math enter would give us the fraction back, but in simplest form. So our true slope is -4 over 3. They took out a 2 from both top and bottom. If, again, you're struggling to be able to figure out how to simplify it, you can do a couple of things. You could try downloading a calculator onto your phone, or you can go into Google and type in simplify 8/-6, okay? And it will give you out an answer like this. So once we have our m, and we take a look at our 2 points, let's do one that's all positive, just so it's different than the one before. We have everything we need to be able to plug into our point slope formula. Our m, negative this time, keep it that way, don't lose that. Carry down your x, carry down your y, and our values are x is 1, y is 3. Put your y in, put your x in, okay? And then this is your final answer. Again, no need to do anything with that. Keep it super short and sweet and to the point. Just plug in what you got. All right? I'm probably going to put together a poll to see if you guys would like some examples for the day 2 assignment. Again, day 2 is going to look just like this. The only slight difference is that Mr. Prada takes away the extra guidance. He just gives you the slope formula and says go ahead and do it. First 3 give you the slope, you don't have to calculate it, and it gives you a point. Plug it into the formula, super basic. Questions 4 through 8, you're gonna have to calculate the slope on each and every one of them, and then go and put in a point for your point slope formula, okay? I'll put up a poll to see if you guys would like any of these questions completed just as guidance, or if you're feeling confident enough to try it on your own. Remember that the end of the 3rd marking period, April 10th, you gotta have at least 3 of these assignments turned in, so that way it can account for the 3rd marking period. Really try to push yourself to get your materials completed, and reach out if you need any assistance. Hope you are all well, and hope to see you soon. Bye.